chest. Nevertheless, you may see me with smiles, I'm taking a beam of press. I'm putting that shit to the side, it's time to rise. Making the moves like chess, like Biggie, I'm ready to die. Some focus to fly, put they ass in my chest. But there's no stakes nearly. I see the intentions clearly. When I see you rise and see you shine, they be like, bro, you need me. Get along with the socket, can't keep up, I make the move so quickly. This way got so much action, seems so fast, I feel like Bruce Lee. Hands like Uzi, my bars explode like Westwood. Don't look my watch with a cold hook. Stun Drew looking like Miss Dean shook. So make you look at the Brooklyn. Come back from me to replay. Make war like nobody D-Day. Don't need no guns, no AK. I'm done with you say she say shit. Make sure you're talking legit, keep walking and you'll get hit. I'll take your bitch like you didn't exist. I'll barely shoot your miss, go away dismiss. Too many phones to assist, got trouble with your click, cause you can't commit. Man, I'm so convinced the pain I'm back to a fix into the abyss. I'm saying wait for the fans, elation, I gotta say clean, gotta feed the team. While I go chasing my dreams, stay focused my eyes on the cream. I'm plotting my scheme, saying my prayers in between. I'm day with the ocean like beam, clearing the scene. Make this shit rotate, I'll take, I'm still a machine. You know what I mean, the people so hype right now. That's what happens when you in my town now. I'm the king now, where's my crown? Where the fuck were you when I was down? Doesn't matter, cause look at me now. I'm going up, yo, with the dad. They're like, yo, Jordan, I get the sound. Just point to chest and I spit it loud like, my check, I'm fast to the tone now. Get his ass right up and put the phone.
I just realised there's no fucking chorus in that song. I was fucking waiting for it, and there is one, isn't
Great
it?
song.
Fucking great tracks. Repping the western side of Sydney, your former hometown. Are you a Novocastrian now?
Part-time Novocastrian. Part-time Westie
Novocastrian.
still, yeah.
What have you noticed in your travels? What's different up
It's very obviously I've been to Newcastle before, but it's very, very country style, very relaxed. Reminds me of Bathurst, just a bigger Bathurst. I think is probably the best way to compare it.
It's a bigger. Is everyone white up there?
Yeah, you'd stand out.
Would I? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'd be a
yeah,
celebrity.
yeah. I think again, I'm part time, and then I'm back in Penrith for a bit of the week. It all mushes into one, but yeah, definitely bigger Bathurst is probably the best way.
It's a bigger Bathurst. We're cutting a little bit loose in this one. For our viewers out there, we're going to go through every fucking game of this round. We're not going to preview it in as much detail and strategies and this and that. We will be covering off who wins, by how much. We might talk about points. We might talk about try scorers. We will talk about how shit some players are and how good others are. We'll also most likely stop talking about footy when our man, well, my man, Justin Hodges, straps on the gloves. So we'll kind of give you some live reactions to the fight. I think that kicks off in about 12 minutes or so. Hodges doesn't. What does he fight? Like 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds?
I think it's a 4. I think it's a 4-round. I think it's 4 2-minute rounds or something. It's very small. It's a very quick fight.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. We'll watch Hodjo fight this YouTuber, and then we'll continue straight into the reviews. But we did miss the episode last week. I was fairly crook. You're still battling NBN.
I am. It should be Friday live and with better internet. But
in HD. Luke in HD.
Yeah, me in HD. Fucked.
What did you think of the round of footy that just went by? Anything stand out to you?
Tigers are terrible. That was the big stand for me. I don't know how they didn't beat Penrith.
What did you think about Hastings to lock? Before the game started, I thought it would be a good idea for their attack, but fuck, their forwards are shit. They got nothing.
You need a good forward pack, I think, for your lock to be effective.
And Dewey was rocks and diamonds. He took everything. Dewey was doing everything, but it was either a great play or a terrible one. I don't know. Brooks still did nothing.
Yeah, it's the amount of times they've tried working around Brooks in this team. I think it's just at the point now they just drop him and how many different combinations and different lineups. They've just tried everything and it's not working. They were just massively disappointing.
Apparently Noddy said that Hastings will stay at 13 for the rest of the year.
But Noddy also said disrespectful Penrith
players. And he said that after a loss.
He lost to them, bro.
Intercepts in his bloody interviews.
Yeah. I think now you'll start to see some of the teams who can't probably make the finals give up a bit. So I think defenses are going to start to drop off for those teams.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think fatigue and tire is going to start setting for some of these other teams towards the top You've seen with the Cowboys. I know they're missing players, but man, Cronulla made them look pretty silly there in that game. They'll obviously improve with their players they get back, but injuries and all those niggles now are going to start to take its toll. The Melbourne Storm as well, that just shows how much injuries is impacting them because they are just struggling at the moment.
Yeah, they're fucked.
But yeah, it's apart again. The only like real consistent performing team is the Panthers, and that's why they're 8 points clear, I guess, because they're just the only team that just remain consistent.
Yeah, they're a bit overpowered. It's kind of killing the competition. You
It
got the
is
Cowboys sitting in
because
second, but Penrith beat them 22-0. So it's like, oh, I don't even think they could beat Penrith anyway.
yeah, and the way it's going, if it continues to go like this and Penrith win the comp, it probably would be one of the most boring NRL seasons. Because they're just that much better. There's no like the moment, like even I heard on 360, they said Parramatta are their biggest threat. The team coming sixth.
Just Para only beats Melbourne and Penrith. And
That's right. Yeah, like their biggest threat is Parramatta. Like it's there's no.
And Parramatta's not. They don't make prelims. You see that? Apparently they haven't made a prelim in like 12 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it's again the only difference I think this year is the gap between second and 10th is closed. Obviously, the top four last year were miles above, but you've got literally the Cowboys, Sharks, Storm, Broncos, Eels, and Rabbits all separated by 4 points. That's for second spot. Like that's red hot. So looking forward to seeing that. And as a Panthers fan, I'm happy that we're winning, but I wouldn't mind seeing a challenge or a threat or something because I think
the Panthers like $2 to win the whole thing now.
Yeah, $2. Yeah, the even like even money.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. A couple comments. Sam Revel, shout out to you, my man. It'd be so beneficial for everyone at West if Brooks got dropped for a week. I'll just drop him for the rest of the year, to be honest. See how you go. We got another one from Ben Lewis, raising a glass for Paps. Him and his shattered knee. When I watched that, I was like, fuck, I'd hate to tackle Jack Wyden like that. Like,
yeah.
See, he looks so angry running that ball.
What do you do with Pappenhausen now, though? He's
obviously
this injury was an impact injury.
Yeah,
but his game is built for speed, and now with his hammy troubles, and now his knee's busted and it's not going to repair. He's not going to be this. Whenever you do your knee, not that I'm like a physical athlete of my years, but historically, when you do knee injuries, it slows you down. You're never the same pace. Be interesting to see what happens. Him and Kiri, I think, are the two big players that I'm very curious to see what happens next year with them.
Yeah. So that's pretty unfortunate for them. What else sticks out in my mind apart from winning multis? So last week we actually had some pretty good weather for football in most games. And when there's good football weather, it's a bit easier to predict the outcome of the games. So as you know, the past couple of weeks, I've been just doing some same game multis, hitting it around $2. I've been hitting like 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8. Sportsbet were kind enough to give me $100 bonus bet, and I thought I'd just chuck something, slightly a bit safer for every game, put it all together and see what happens. So tipped a $101 multi, put a $100 bonus bet on it, rewarded myself with a $10,000 win. A couple of the boys in the Discord got up, and that made me an instant celebrity overnight. We got,
At what point were you nervous? Obviously, when you've got that much, was it the last game or the second last leg?
No, it was actually the Melbourne game. I was nervous because
what did you have on that one? Sorry, for fresh one.
I needed like Canberra to score 12, Canberra to cover like a 12.5 line in the first half or something, but I needed Melbourne to score 16 points, and they were getting like tries disallowed or some shit, and they finished on 16. I thought when Jerome Hughes knocked that ball on, that's when I was like, yes, I'm going to win this. Yeah. And then he fucked it up. That game, I was nervous on whether Melbourne's going to score 16 or not because they weren't coming back the way I thought they would. Yeah. Once I got through that, I was pretty confident the rest were going to come home pretty easy. Like the last leg was a South Bulldogs game. I needed South to score 16, the Dogs to score 12, and the Dogs to cover a 12.5 point line. That was done in the first half.
Cover the first half line, you mean?
Yeah. Or a
Right.
12.5 line, first half line.
Yeah.
So it was like 16-12 at half times. I already had the points, and the Dogs covered 12.5. So like, oh no, actually no, that's not true.
No,
It was
16-10.
South plus 6.5. Sorry,
Yeah.
and I had the Dogs over 9.5. My apologies.
Ah.
Yeah, so it all came through in the first half. So it was pretty hot. So a 10K win. I don't normally chase fish that big. I rarely ever do that because I think it's a waste. But if you're going to get bonus bets, that's how you got to use them. I do have another one. We do have a bit of wet weather in Sydney this week, so I've only got $52 odds on it. But I'm, pretty confident that's going to get very close as well. And Sportsbet were kind enough to give me another $100 bonus bet. So exciting times. But
this fight's just started as well.
This fight's about to start. We got Hodjo v Simi. We're going to
be...
pause the NRL talk to talk about NRL players in boxing. So we're watching the Hodges fight live right now. Not going to stream it because I think I'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
but
copyright strike.
You get to watch our live reactions. Fuck, this Simi guy's pretty big.
He's 109 kgs. He's a big boy.
Oh, get him, fucking Hodjo. Rip in, bruh.
I think he's bigger than Hodjo. But
yeah, he's bigger than Hodjo.
Hmm.
Hodjo's a big guy. He stood behind me once.
Now people chant. It's an Origin chant.
Get him, Hodjo. Put it in the chat.
Hodjo
or Simi. Who do you want? Hodjo.
I want Hodjo. I like Simi, but I think, geez, if he wins this fight, oh my god, the carry on his Insta.
He looks pretty focused. He's moving quite a bit. Hodjo's nice and calm, nice and settled. Boom.
It's a slightly better quality fight than the Ben Hannon one so far. That was quite funny, though.
Yeah. I don't think, just calling it out here, I don't think Simi's got the power or the technique.
No, he's got the fitness. That's what I think.
Whereas Hodjo will throw bombs. He doesn't have technique, but he'll throw bombs. I think Simi's just going to tap him.
Yeah.
Next minute, the greatest center of alive gets knocked out.
Jesus. Hodges barely broke a sweat there that round.
Hey, all hooks, baby. Hooks, baby. Yeah, Hodjo's pretty calm in there.
Way behind.
I'm behind.
I don't know. I'm on Nikita Zoo.
Oh, yeah. You're ahead of me. Are you on KO?
Yeah. Click live.
Fuck, you got the shittest internet in the world. How am I behind?
I don't know.
I had to click this live button.
Live and up, man. Live and up.
All right. I'm on Nikita as well. You know, I only realized like yesterday that it's Ben Horn fighting, not Jeff Horn. I didn't even know there was a Ben Horn.
Neither did I. But I didn't know there was so many zoos either.
All right, second round's about to start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be bell now.
Oh, I heard the bell before you.
No, I'll be right. It's only a couple seconds.
No one's really throwing it straight. It's jabs and hooks.
Jabs and hooks.
They got pretty long arms. Straight down the pipe would be delicious. Poop! Fucking Hodge just waiting, bro. What's he waiting for?
He's very confident. Yeah, I don't know why he's not just charging him. Simi's just bitching every time he does.
Yeah, every time he gets close, Simi almost closes his eyes.
Yeah, so you free it.
Yeah, he doesn't want this smoke. I reckon Hodjo will get this guy late. Simi's mouth's open and everything.
Yeah, he's gassing.
Was Simi an athlete once upon a time?
Nah.
No? Just a guy on YouTube.
Yeah. He just met... The only way he came to scene, he was in Bali and bumped into Isaac John, I think Seguiar and Corey Norman at a bar. And he just started talking to them, and then they all of a sudden they hung out in Bali and become mates.
Wow. Nick from Australia, how are you, brother?
Yeah.
We're just watching the Justin Hodges bout before we talk a bit more rugby league.
This is amateur.
Yeah.
What is that?
I hope Hodges doesn't fight Gallen. Fucking hell.
Oh, he'll get murdered.
He'll get an all right payday, though, but it'd be terrible for him. Nick from Australia reckons Hodges wins just. I reckon Hodges gets him late. Look at him. He's like, don't you fucking get tired, you motherfucker. Think about your subscribers. Think about your followers. You rarely hear the fighters talk back to the corner, you know? They just sit there and cop it.
Yeah. It's just as a
He's very tired. He's very tired.
Gassed.
And it's not a high activity fight, this one. Hodjo's walking through it. At least the Hannett one had more fireworks. Come on, Hodjo. This fight is probably the only one worth betting on the card. Hodjo's like $1.58 or something.
Yeah. That's what I said to you before we went live. I said, Hodges, should be over $4. Like, it's... Ooh.
Boom!
Hodges too, he's... Like, I know he's not the best boxer, but at least he's been training and fighting, whereas this bloke has not done any boxing training.
And when Hodges was playing, he was someone who was just a lot stronger than he looked, you know?
Yeah. This is his third fight. You went to his fight earlier. Should it be third fight this year he's had, Hodges?
Yeah, he's had a lot of fights this year.
Very active.
I think he wants one more after this. Boom! Come on, Hodjo. Hodjo win on points.
Yeah, I think he can't knock him out.
Stop fucking holding him, cunt. That's what he said. Boom! Oh!
He's going to get deducted points anyway for holding.
Yeah.
He's literally just hanging on.
Yeah, Hodjo might knock him out. He's overwhelmed, this bloke.
I think Hodges just needs to stand back and throw. Don't grab him. I don't understand that, eh? You know he's gassed. He's not going to...
He goes, sorry. Hodjo's happy to just get the win, get his payday. Like, he's fucking ruining it right now. Yeah. He's cruising. Mate, you know when Hodjo was playing, he was ripping the ciggies?
Yeah.
That's the type of man Hodjo is.
There would have been a few athletes doing that back in the day, though.
Yeah. I think he was it.
Like, it's dead now. I reckon most...
buying a cigarette.
I reckon it's dead now. Most players with a vape. Like...
Oh, yeah. When I was at the cast with a lot of those players, there was quite a fair few on the vapes.
Yeah.
Won't name names. Some elite players, some state of origin representatives. Who's this guy? Is that Ben Horn?
Yeah.
He doesn't even have shoes on. Come on, mate. He doesn't even look like Jeff Horn.
Nah,
not even close.
He looks older than Ben Horn. I mean, Jeff Fawn.
He's got a Maltese mother or something, that guy.
Just sit back and swing, Hodges.
I know, he's getting too close.
He's got to be careful now. He does.
If he's leaning in that way, he can get clipped. You better calm the fuck down. Just, plant your feet, son. Oh my God. Did you see that punch combo?
The run and punch.
Come on, Joe. Feed him. Give him straight. Stop walking forward.
Yeah, like you just stand like that little distance, just tee off.
Yeah. Like you already got the range right.
Again, we're not boxing experts. Maybe it's told to do it, but I don't understand when you've. Oh.
He's letting him out here. Hodges all over this bloke. Look at him. He's fucked. Boom. Oh, shit. Wow.
Imagine paying for this.
Oh, my God. Well done, boys. Well done, boys. Get your paychecks.
Don't fight again.
Look at him. Oh, my God. All right. So Hodges, unanimous decision?
Yeah. Don't even have to watch that.
Easy. All right. I'm turning that shit off. I think I'd prefer to watch our first fucking that shit.
Yeah, same. On repeat.
On repeat. Fuck me. All right, lads, we're back talking some National Rugby League. We're reviewing round 19. We'll tell you who the fuck is going to win, who's going to lose. We might dribble into some other topics. We'll see how we go. Kicking it off, Luke. Thursday night footy. Bank West Stadium. It's the Parramatta Eels versus the Brisbane Broncos. My boys are stocked full of Origin reps. We're all back again. The Eels dishing out the same shit team they dish out every single week. Eels are favourites at $1.60. Brisbane disrespectfully out at $2.35. The line's 3.5. Total points are over 40.5 here. Firstly, can you explain to me why Parramatta are favourites?
I think just purely because it's Parramatta, and historically, Parramatta
They fucking give it to us.
They've had the wood over you guys. I think they've won 5 in a row or something,
and by big margins too.
So I think that's probably why.
You got to throw that shit out the window when the team is that different. Just throw that shit away. It means nothing.
No, Parramatta have won 2 in a row. That's red hot for Parramatta standard.
Yeah,
they usually only won.
They're due for a loss. They're due. No, I'm pretty keen for that. Who's got the shorter turnaround here? I'm just trying to think through it.
Para played Sunday.
Advantage Brisbane.
Wait, did they? No, hang on. I've got them. I feel like both played Saturday.
They both played on Saturday?
No, wrong again. Para played Friday night, Brisbane Saturday. So
no. Yeah. Advantage Parramatta. All right, let's get off rip. Who wins and by how much?
I think Broncos win by 10, and an anytime try scorer, Ezra Mam, 475. He's just
you like a bit of Mam. He's always overs.
He's scoring. I can't believe he's 475. He is like that person that the bookies haven't picked up on yet. 475 for Ezra. Like he's 25. Sorry, Adam Reynolds is 540. Let me tell you, he's scoring a lot more tries than that. Yeah. So
it just comes down to whether his ribs are fucked or not, whether he tries to. But even though actually last week he just hung around the ball, right? He got an easy try.
Yeah, but I like the Bronx.
Yeah. I'm quite biased too, and I like the Bronx. And I like them by 13 plus. That's what I'm thinking. I think Parramatta play their best against Melbourne and Penrith.
The only worry that is they play to their opposition, and if Brisbane come out firing, Parramatta might all of a sudden come fire back.
They might, but this is the trick, right? If you watch Broncos games as closely as I do, firstly, we know this is how Parramatta go, right? They play as good as their opposition. So if it's Penrith and Melbourne, Cox are at 9-inch, full steam ahead, veins just gushing full of blood and Western Sydney energy, right? That's against Penrith and Melbourne. They verse anybody else, they play as bad as they do. Now, with Brisbane, we play fucking good every week, right? But the way that we play, it is quite a very conservative first half. It's quite slow. We build into the game. Reynolds is a little bit old. He's got to get the rust out of those joints of his. We're a second half team. First half, we tend to keep it pretty close, pretty conservative. We're going to force Parramatta into this lull. We're just playing some fucking average football, keeping it safe, easy bombs, simple sets. Second half, we're going to run a train through them. Absolute train. Corey Oates are going to be banging down the front door. Katoni Staggs. Who's on Katoni Staggs? Staggs on the right. Oh, Wonga Blake. He's going to be flinging Wonga Blake around. Jordan Pereira's on. He might actually score a try for once. I'm spewing we don't have Cobbo. But we had Tessie New back last week, and he actually played really good, I must say.
Yeah.
He's
Livewire.
dangerous running the ball. His passing's not too bad either. He didn't knock it on. Can't complain. Payne Haas, for some reason, is still not being rested. I'm pretty sure his body's still fucked, but fuck him. We got the Wally Lewis medal winner, Pat Carrigan, baby. Pat Carrigan. So
you should do your own Broncos podcast.
You reckon? You reckon it's worth listening to?
For the Broncos. I can just
true.
You just did a 1-17 review of each player online.
I haven't even spoken about Jordan Ricci, Kurt Capewell yet.
If we do that on every game, we are going to be here all night. Thank God you're not a fan of every other team.
The certain games I don't give a fuck about. So, well, that's what. No, look, hot tip, right? But actually, hot tip for this game. It's not even picking the winner. It's the overs. It's going to be a light drizzle of rain, but it's Combank Stadium. Parramatta score points. They don't defend them. But Brisbane are actually very similar. Brisbane have been going over like 8 of the last 9 games or something. There's just a shit ton of points in Brisbane games. So Brisbane v Para, overs is my hot tip. Take that, stick it up your ass. Try scorers, I couldn't tell you. I'm not good at picking them. Like, I can look at all the stats in the world, and it doesn't help me. I'm best to avoid them. Just enjoy the fucking game. Filthy Friday, we've got a game out in Nostrata Jubilee Stadium. It's the Dragons versus the Manly Sea Eagles. We've got Gerbo out with a touch of COVID. Manly at $1.60, St. George at $2.35. The line 2.5. Total points is over 40.5 points. Who wins this game, Luke?
I think Manly win it comfortably. I'd say 13 plus. I can't believe the points line's 40.5. Like, Dragons last week just 54 points last week. You boys put 32 on them. Manly put 42 points on Newcastle, still conceded 2 tries. 36 points on Melbourne, conceded a bucket load of tries in the second half, and did the same thing as the Cowboys. We're up 26 and conceded 28.
Yeah.
Both teams' defenses have been absolute shithouse the last couple of weeks.
And we know
so I can't see how all of a sudden it snaps and turns into an unders game.
Well, we know Gerbo as well. I think Manly could leak points. So
yeah, I think both teams just can't defend to save their lives. Dragons, this is probably not quite the do or die game for them. 2 points outside the 8. Manly are just inside the 8. So both teams need to win. I understand that from a desperation, but both teams' defenses have been very leaky in the last couple of weeks. So I'll take them there. Anytime try scorers, I think Cooler is always a 285 is not a bad bet. He scored a couple recently. He's only 10 cents less than Olakawatu. I used to love Olakawatu, but he's like the Ezra Man where he should be. Ezra Man should be around that much.
Yeah, everyone got on Olakawatu a long time ago. He's not worth it anymore.
Yeah, so I'll take Stubby Cooler.
The Stubby Cooler. I'm actually leaning towards the Dragons here. Right?
Oh, when the Saints.
I'm leaning on the Saints. There's a lot of media pressure around Hook at the moment. A lot of media pressure.
Yeah.
And the only way they can shut those fuckers up is by playing well. Now, they have got it fed to them, right? The Dragons. Who fed them? The Roosters fed them. The Broncos fed them. Did they get fed by anybody else recently?
No one else recently.
No.
But...
And then State of Origin and all that type of shit. So,
yeah.
the Dragons were always going to have tough time against the Roosters. The Roosters are a up the corridor type of team in the middle. And if anything, the Dragons are a little bit soft in the middle. I don't like their front rowers or McCulloch. I think that middle part, they're a bit soft, but they're quite strong out wide. Second rowers are pretty decent too. I think the Roosters are always going to give it to them. I've said enough about Brisbane, but you don't come up to Brisbane and expect points. You get them put on you. So that's what happened to them. Now, Manly. I've actually been favouring Manly as of late. But I think this should be $1.90 each way. I think with no Gerbo out there, I'm surprised they're not starting Schuster. So I don't know what's going on there. They got Sipley. At 13.
Yeah, it could change though.
It could. But I don't know. Schuster's been getting. He only played like 15 minutes last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the boys had too many meat pies or something, but I do. I think one thing that actually does favour Manly. Why I just backtrack here, and part of the reason why the total points line is only at 40. I think we're expecting a little bit more rain down there, and when it does rain with these two teams, they play a lot more conservative. They're not like Cronulla who just chuck it around regardless if there's a hurricane or not. These teams do get more conservative as it gets a little bit more moisture in the air. So I think they do play it up the middle. If they play it up the middle, the Sea Eagles will probably win. So I do take that back. Manly should win this game, but I think Dragons keep it competitive. But I do think there's a chance this game is a low-scoring affair. Just going against the trend here. That's what I'm thinking. Try scorers, I can't pick them. You could give me 3 chances, and I'll probably get one of them right. But at least I'm smart enough not to pick Ravalawa. So many people have been picking Ravalawa these days.
Has he scored this year?
He scored in game 1. I think he had a double in game 1, and I think he scored in one other game. He scored in 2 games this year.
All right.
And he's always the shortest person. If it's a close game like this, he's normally the shortest to score a try. I don't know. Maybe the Sab. Oh, they don't have Moses Sully either, Dragons. The Dragons are fucked. Got Sully's gone. Yeah, they're fucked.
They were fucked to begin with. The Manly Sea Eagles have beaten Melbourne, should have beaten the Cowboys, and put a clinic on last week against the Knights. They're playing a lot better football at the moment than the Griffin-coached favouritised Dragons.
Do you want to do a wager in this game?
Yeah, what do you want to bet?
If the Dragons, so I'm
giving you. I love you're putting. Now you're talking. You've won a multi. Now you want to put.
No. I'm not betting with you financially.
Oh,
because I can't match your income.
Same super. same age, same super contribution.
I can't match it there. But let's talk about removing hair here. So what I'm proposing is if I win, you shave your head. Right?
Wait, if you win, yeah.
Yeah. And if you win, I'll shave my beard. And if I do that, I'll look like a worm because I got no hair on top already.
I reckon we both do beards.
You don't even have a beard.
Bullshit.
You got stubble, mate.
That's fucking trimmed. I can get.
So you're talking to the skin.
Yeah, like clean shaven.
Oh, I'll look fat.
Funny, yeah, same, but it'll be funny though.
You look like Mark Riddell. I'll look like fucking LL Cool J in 20 years.
Ah, well.
Okay. Oh, but I've been growing. No, actually, I do trim this every single week.
Or we can do alcohol then.
You could your eyebrows.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, with work, I can't probably cut. The only other thing I suggest, this is what I thought you were going to lean towards, is the following stream, you have to put away, we can put say 12 beers before the stream ends or something.
12 beers? I can't even drink that many beers.
We'll do 10 then. Draw a line of 10. But it has to be a fair bit. You have to be fun. It's got to be good. And it's
we do these. I got to work the next day.
Well, you better win then. Oh, so do I. Yeah, do something like that. Or like do like 10, you have to do 10 shots or something. I don't know. During the stream, during the live stream, so everyone can see it.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting. If you're on the stream, put some suggestions in because I don't want to fucking do that. Jesus Christ. I prefer to like shave my arms or something. I don't want to get drunk.
No, we've got to entertain the viewers. It'll be funny.
Oh, fuck, mate. What do we have? You can tell you're getting old. 5 shots. Get egged. And more people insulting my age. Thank you, James. I'm not even that fucking old. I'm older than you, though, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking old then. Nudie run around the block with the other guy's name on their butt. I actually don't mind that one. A few issues. I don't run anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm on my block's big and it goes uphill and stuff. Like, I'll take me all day.
Oh,
Discord giveaway.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this, right? I've been planning to do a Discord giveaway because I won the lotto recently. Happened to throw away. What I was going to suggest, and I didn't get time to bring this up to you.
Yeah.
I was going to get a tip off happening. So in the Discord, Hobbo and Camo have been doing tip offs on the horse racing, which is somewhat entertaining. We get one person to do a tip off. I've got to determine the criteria against you or I. But I wanted to speak to you about it first because who was going to fund it? Whoever wins or loses this bet, the loser has to fund that tip off. We'll make it $100. We'll make it $100.
We're doing horse racing, or what are we tipping?
No, on the footy. Fuck, I'm not touching horses.
Well, we'll take that because everyone that's come on and tipped against us has done shit. So
yeah, well, but then I have to determine who in the Discord gets a shot at the king. So
do you do I don't know, how would you do it? Call it tryouts?
Some tryouts. Or we could just get. Yeah, I don't know. I need to think it through. But let's just say that whoever loses this bet has to fund that $100. So there is going to be a Discord giveaway. Yeah. We haven't figured out the criteria yet. It's going to be $100 for something, let's say next week. If the Dragons win this game, Luke's got to give out the $100.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the Discord giveaway. We'll do something. The giveaway will be we will buy a jersey of your choice, any team.
Oh, that's a good one. We'll buy you guys an NRL jersey.
Oh no, let's keep because there are some Aussie rule fans in here and stuff like that.
I'm not buying an AFL jersey with my card.
I'll buy it. Yeah.
Okay, because I'll win anyway. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do. Yeah, whoever wins out of us two has to pay for the giveaway. Done. It'll be me because you literally even started talking yourself into my tip after realizing how shit the Dragons are going to be. So
yeah. No, because this is the other thing, right? If it's too obvious, then here's some other suggestions. I haven't told you. Stuff around sucking people's dicks. We're not going to do that. I won't do it. I don't know. You might. But loser has to wear the other person's NRL team gear. Or loser has to do a shoey, beginning and end of the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
A shoey's pretty easy, though.
Shoey's easy. That's why I reckon 12 beers would be fucking funny.
The biggest concern I have with a shoey is what it's going to do to my shoe. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we'll find a shit pair of shoes, but shoeys are fun.
Shoeys are too easy. We got Daft wears Penrith headgear. I look like Preston Campbell or Jamie Soward.
Honestly, I think
we'll buy the jersey.
The jersey. I think the jersey because it gets you guys involved rather than just watching us do shoeys. You guys you the viewers, have a vested interest in this. So the loser has to buy. We'll do a random draw. So we could just do something it have to be live watching. So if it was happening tonight, it's a 1 in 4 chance somebody will be getting a jersey, but we'll advertise it. So everyone that's watching live goes in the draw and whoever wins will get a jersey of their choice.
Yeah. All right, cool. We'll do that.
Show's on. Good point. Man's won 10K and he's worried about one shoe. It's a fair point. Get down the game on that.
Mate, you don't win 10K often. I gotta protect the funds here. I don't want to get carried away. I don't want to get carried away and lose it all. So
You loaded up on Brisbane to win the comp futures.
Fuck,
It's tied up. It's tied up.
I don't do futures, and the Broncos won't win the comp. So fuck them. What do we have? Friday, 7:55. You read the comments while I preview this game real quick. Friday, 7:55 at McDonald Jones Stadium. It's the Newcastle Knights versus Sydney Roosters. The Roosters heavy favourites in this one, $1.28. It was $1.35, I think, when I looked on Monday. Newcastle at 3.75. The line is 9.5. The total points are 42.5. We are expecting some light rains, but that total points line is still moving up, I think, from when I first looked at it. Is it safe to say Roosters will win?
Yeah, here come the Roosters. The Roosters going to run. I will say one thing though.
The Roosters been playing good.
They've been. I wish they kept Joey Manu at 6. They look. Joey Manu's a fucking beast.
He's a dangerous man.
I hope he does something on the weekend. And Robbo, where he brings Manu in when he sits down in that stand. He's still good, but that little fake injury. I like that shithousery. I'm for that. Fake the injury, middle line break try. They're 2 points outside the 8. Desperate to win. Knights. Yeah, their season's free falling faster than you can think. Newcastle's only wins this year, apart from round 1 where they beat the Roosters, so a little redemption spot here for them. They beat the Tigers, the Dogs, the Warriors, the Titans. The other shittest team, they can't beat anyone decent. So
yeah, the Knights don't win games. They just do enough to keep their fan base happy. It's like they have these moments where they kind of compete, but no, the Roosters are going to be coming hard. Like
coming everywhere.
There's going to be a lot. So if you do watch that game, wear some goggles, cover your eyes, have your tissues out, have something, whack a sock over it, because it's going to be a messy one. We're liking the Roosters. You think of 13 plus?
Yeah, 13 plus, all over it. There's nothing. I don't rate the Knights at all. I think they're absolute shithouse.
Ponga's back too.
Yeah, I think that factor. The Roosters, has he won a game with them this year?
I actually looked at it because I was getting prepared to argue with someone about whether the Knights are better with or without Ponga. Their record is pretty much identical with or without. So
that's a reflection on him being shit then, because it should be better with him.
Yeah, easy. Try scorers, I'm not picking them. Fuck it. Go fuck yourselves. Don't ask me about it. I'm talking about you, Jesse. I don't know you're listening live, and you're probably going to tag me before every single game who scores tries. I don't fucking know. I don't know who's going to score tries. I just
keep asking
sometimes.
Keep asking, Jesse.
I do like the attention, so keep tagging me, please. Into your slutty Saturday. Raiders v Warriors kicking us off at GIO Stadium at 3 p.m. Big news. Reece Walsh moved to the bench. That pushed the odds out even further for the Warriors. So Canberra $1.28 favourites. New Zealand at 3.75. We've got a 12.5 line here and 41.5 Australian points. How much does Canberra win by?
Not much. I think this
you
game.
Reckon?
Yeah, don't get fooled by the Raiders all of a sudden being hot shots. If this is, and I'm the big numbers guy, but let me tell you, they beat the Melbourne Storm by 4. They lost to the Dragons by 2. They beat the Knights by 2, by 6. They beat the Roosters by 6. They lost to Parra by 8. You have to go back to round 11 when they won by 20, which they would have covered this kind of line. The War. I think there's got to become a game soon where they give them a run, and I think this could be the game there. If you remember, though, early this year up at Moreton Daily Stadium, the Warriors beat them by 1.
Oh, yep.
That was a shit old game.
That was the Matt Lodge fucking head high thing, eh?
Yes, yeah. And then prior to that game last year, Raiders beat them by 12, and then the Warriors beat them by 3 last year as well. So they're close games, these two. I would take the Warriors plus 12.5 here. If you want to be ultra conservative and do a multi-up like you did, just grab them at 18.5 at $1.45. I think that's probably the juice. Clay.
I like the overs in this game. I don't remember why. I think I checked the weather. It's not raining as much in Canberra this weekend compared to Sydney. Should be a drier track. The Raiders do score more points at home. The Warriors are a little bit loose, like to give up a couple of points. But yeah, I was thinking Canberra 1-12.
Nice.
I think it'd be if you're watching it, it's going to look like Canberra on top the whole time.
Yeah.
But then I think the Warriors would like sneak these tries in that like don't make a difference to the game. But I don't know. That's how I see that one going. But that kicks off that slutty Saturday. What do we have in the comments?
Hobo
Try
said
scorers.
Sean Johnson normally shows up against the Raiders. How's the internet? Internet's shit. I'm leeching still.
It's actually the quality of your connection's a bit better in this one. Yeah,
that'd be basically because the neighbors aren't using it. That's all it would be. The
'Cause
neighbors
they're a-
clearly had no interest in Justin Hodges and Jordan Simi. So,
hey, was it a unanimous Hodges decision? I didn't watch.
yeah, can someone in the chat tell us? Because I tuned out as soon as I could.
Hobbo, I know you're watching it. Did Justin Hodges win by unanimous decision? And I've got Lachlan Cooksey. Where's the beanie, mate? Actually,
Mine's actually I got a Mark Hughes Foundation beanie. It's in the car. Actually, I got one.
You got one?
Week. Yeah, when I went to the Panthers game and stood in the pissing rain.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Speaking of pissing rain and Panthers, your game at 5:30. It's your lads, the Penrith Panthers versus the Cronulla Sharks. Bluebet Stadium, your home, your ex-home, your former home where you used to live. Panthers $1.25, Cronulla at $4. Second biggest outsiders of the weekend. 12.5 start, over 40.5 points. The Penrith defense, we like to talk about that a lot out in Bluebet Stadium. Do you reckon the Fort holds strong in this one?
Yeah, even last week against the Tigers, the Penrith's defense is the only time they've conceded, more than 18 points this year is against Para when they lost. So I think I like the unders in this game. I don't think I'm worried Penrith won't cover the line because we've had 7 of our Origin players basically take a week off. Cleary did a little cheeky trip to Bali over the weekend.
Just spreading that hand, foot, and mouth disease shit, huh?
Yeah. Wow. But I like the unders in this game because I think this is a game. If you look back early in the year, Cronulla, for these bigger games, they're up for them. They're third in the ladder. So if they can get a win here, it almost give them that little bit of breathing space in the top 4. So it's big stakes for them. Matty Moylan always is playing actually good football, probably the best football I've seen him play in a while.
He's playing pretty good.
He is, young Matty.
How has he performed in the past coming home to Penrith? Does he turn up for those games?
Last couple of years has been pretty quiet, but there was a few years ago there we got thrashed by Cronulla at home. I can't remember what year. It might have been 2019 or 2018. It was
before you guys were good though, right?
Yeah, 2018 I think it was. Matt Moylan came to Penrith and absolutely towed us up, and I was on the hill giving him shit the whole game, and he scored a try and he threw the ball at the hill in the crowd. And I was like, man, he can. Like, he just fucking made us look silly. Val Holmes, that's when Val Holmes was there. Val Holmes scored that night. So it was a while ago. Other than that, he's been injured most of the time, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
But when we thrashed them 48 zip last year, he didn't do much.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, I'll take unders.
I like the unders too.
In terms of any time try scorer,
Jesse Ramian? Or is that all hype? Do you reckon that ship has sailed 2 weeks in a row now?
Yeah, I think you just got to pick a...
Is he going to be on your man, Tungle?
Yeah, there's a chance then, because if there is a liability to Tungo or Tago, or whatever you want to call him, and May, it is their defense, but they haven't really been pressured much.
That's true. Not since Katoni Stags.
Not since then, no.
Big Tony. Yeah, I like the unders as well. I think Penrith win. I notice in a lot of Penrith's wins at home, they don't even score a lot of points themselves.
No.
They really lock shit up. It's going to be wet as well. And this is going to... I think similar to when the Cowboys went to visit Penrith. Penrith were like, oh, you fucking think you're contenders, brah? You think you're contenders? Put the clamps on them, son.
Yeah.
So I can see something like this happen. I think Penrith won't take this game lightly. They'll be very well prepared. And I think the boys will be stinging, having so many people lose in Origin. They haven't had a chance to get redemption yet. So
no, and the last game after that happened was game 1, and that was against Newcastle, and they put an absolute clinic on that day. So
yeah,
I think they'll be keen to get out there and remind everyone in 2 weeks' time that no one talks about Origin again until next year, and everyone starts ripping into underperforming players from other clubs.
Yeah, please and thank you. What else have we got? We got Huncho. First half will be close, but I think Penrith suffocates them up in the second half. Yeah, I can see that
It's a stock
happening.
standard
A
Penrith
nice
game.
grind, a bit of Penrith Panthers football, bit of rugby league. Serraldo to coach Bulldogs next year. Is that confirmed already, or is that
Nah, it's
still in
not
the rumor mill?
confirmed. Still in rumor mill. I don't
No,
think he will though. I don't see the benefit in him. Like, I think he should be just like Fitzgibbon, just wait.
just wait it out.
Yeah, like Fitzgibbon inherited a team that was the top 8 team,
He
basically.
should wait for the
And
Parramatta gig to come up.
yeah, and that's probably the best one that's going to come up is the Parramatta team. So
Yeah,
Fitzgibbon had plenty of opportunities to go to Dogs, Tigers, those teams, and waited and picked up Sharks, and now he's got a team that's third in the ladder in his first season. So I don't understand why you wouldn't.
yeah. I'll put that one at bed for now. Your main event on Saturday, Luke. So South Sydney Rabbitohs versus Melbourne Storm at a core stadium at 7:35. I need to explain to me why Melbourne are $1.77 favourites, South at $2.05. Total points are at 41.5. What are your thoughts on that? Why are Melbourne favourites?
I just think maybe they're going off history because I don't know either. You've got a team that's won 3 in a row. Yes, it was Newcastle and Dogs are in there, but Souths have won 3 in a row versus the Storm who have lost 3 in a row, and had a fair few points put on them. It's a weird one for me because I like Souths. I think 2.05 is a steal. It's at home. They played earlier in the year at Amy Park where Melbourne were much stronger and only lost by a point.
That's right.
So I think Souths are the. Souths last year, Melbourne beat them 50-0.
Yeah.
So South were basically one pass away from being the first team to concede 50 to win the comp. There's all that.
That's true.
But Melbourne are in bits. I can't see them coming back here. Like, I genuinely think they're in big trouble.
Yeah. You know what my advice is on this game? I would honestly avoid picking a winner here, right? Because there's two things that come to mind. There's two different narratives. Right? Narratives are very important when it comes to picking winners for rugby league. The first narrative is, and you've probably heard it for the last few weeks, and the number just changes. Melbourne has never lost 4 games in a row. Melbourne, you know that one? It's like Penrith don't lose 2. Melbourne don't lose 2 in a row. Then they lost 2 in a row. And it's like Melbourne won't lose 3 in a row. And then they lost 3 in a row. That's one narrative. Melbourne don't lose 4 in a row, which based on history, you're right. They don't lose 4 in a row. I don't know if that's what the bookies are leaning on. But then the other narrative is it's all about backing the public, right? Because by even a common punter will look at this and say, no, South should be favourites here. This is overs. South should get this one easy. And I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable, the fact that everyone can confidently say, no, Rabbitohs are going to get this. I don't like it.
I think also Melbourne have lost 5 of their last 7. Like, that's crazy stat to think about it. Like, since Magic round, they've only won 2 games.
And when was the last time you saw Melbourne limp into the finals, right? They never do.
No, but like...
They have shit periods in the year, but they don't limp into the finals.
Where I think the biggest, like, glaring difference with Melbourne for me this year is that backline is so shit. And you take Pappenhausen, it's fucking, like, Nick Meaney, Iramia, Seve, Olam, Wishart. Wishart is a halfback. He's on the wing now. They've got literally Nick Meaney, who's not a fullback. Apart from Olam, that back line is absolute shit. Like, there's not many better, like, worse back lines.
They got Grant Anderson at 14. I have a feeling there might be a late change to put Wishart on the bench, but he's not good, but he's a natural winger.
It's a very, like, you look at that Melbourne Storm team and they don't, like, that back line does not look threatening. Like, it's got to go through Munster and Hughes to get tries and Harry Grant. Like, it has to. Souths have got Big Trell back there now. He's literally throwing out a car around. Jed Cartwright in the centers is a bit of an interesting one for me.
Yeah, isn't he a second rower?
Yeah.
Or he just looks like one? I don't know. He looks like a second rower to me.
Yeah. It's a very interesting pick.
It's a strange one, and I agree. If you look at the lineups, you look at the form, everything points to Rabbitohs. But if it's a casual punter, and they it's so obvious because how often do casual punters pick an underdog? You know? They don't do that. They back favourites until the cows come home. And for them to
Hobbo makes a good point, though. Why wouldn't they just put Munster at fullback and they put Munster at fullback and put Cooper Johns in at 5'8"? That team already looks a lot better, but
They could, yeah, and then leave Nick Meaney on the wing.
yeah,
Look, it's a good option. Yeah, but hey, look, Bellamy's a better coach than you and I, maybe Hobbo. Hobbo might have coaching certificates.
I think Hobbo's better.
I thought he was just a weatherman, but apparently he coaches too. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm avoiding touching who wins that game because it's too obvious to me. The one thing that I will touch is that there'll be a couple of points scored. Both teams not very good defensively, even though South have been putting points on, they've been letting them in too. So, well, they let in 28 to the Dogs or something crazy. I only needed 9.5 in that game.
Yeah,
they let in a ton there, so that was a lot closer than it should have been.
They relaxed a bit.
Yeah. But that'll wrap up your slutty Saturday there. Josh Adekar's playing too. I thought someone said, "Oh, his season's gone," but he's playing this week.
Yeah,
sorry.
Weird. Yeah.
But anyway, talking about Josh Adokar, he's named to line up for the Bulldogs. 2 p.m. Combank Stadium against the Gold Coast Titans. Dogs favourites here, $1.55. Gold Coast at $2.45. Total points are at 41.5. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. $1.55, $2.45. Total points at 40.5. Had too many bloody Peronis at the pub after work. I like the Dogs to win this one, but they are favourites, so I guess everybody is. But I haven't had a chance to say that many times this year. I like the Dogs to win this one. Thoughts? Do I hang around too many wogs? Or
no, Dogs cover the line.
The Dogs cover it too?
Yeah, I think Titans are in the same basket as the Knights and Tigers, basically busted and done, and the Warriors. Chuck them in there. As you said, I know you talked as a negative against the Rabbitohs, but they did score 28 points against the Rabbitohs. So
mate, since they got Potter, they're scoring points. These Doggies.
Yeah, they are. And then the week prior, they only scored 6 against Cronulla. But if anyone remembers that game, it was an absolute fucking
awful.
That was the worst conditions I'd seen in a long time. So take that game out. They put 28 on Souths, 36 on Tigers, 34 on Para.
Yeah.
So they're going to score points. There's no trouble there. The Titans, on the other hand, absolute dog shit. In fact, they scored 12 against you guys, 12 against the Knights, 10 against Cronulla, 16 against Souths, 6 against Cowboys. They barely struggle to score points, apart from that game against you guys at Suncorp where they tried the short kickoff.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and I think for an anytime try scorer, I think Matty Burton at 295.
Matty Burton at 6?
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see Burton scoring. What do we have? Josh Adokar not to score this weekend. $1 apparently.
That's value.
We'll watch Jesse pick Josh Adokar and get angry about it. I've never seen anyone lose so many try scorer multis by one leg than this guy. The biggest
Stay
shit
away
cunt.
from him.
What do you think? Is there going to be some fireworks? Pangai Jr. and Tino. Do you reckon something happens?
Oh, Pangai will go after him.
Pangai was pretty good last week.
Yeah, I think Pangai will try and put a hit on or something. I don't think they'll. I don't know. It's Pangai can be hot and cold. He could come on and try and kill someone, or he can just come on and play good football. So
yeah,
hard to say. I think it might the word. It's been a week since that was the incidents. I think was similar to the situation a little bit. So
yeah, Titans got Jaden Campbell on the bench. Interesting to see how much time he gets. But yeah, I like the Dogs. Don't like the Titans. They're a woeful club. Woeful club. David Fafita's a waste of cash. Tino shouldn't be playing lock. I don't know why he plays lock. He's just a prop. He shouldn't be in lock at all. Doesn't lock up nothing. But anyway, I digress. Into a slightly more entertaining game, we've got the Cowboys and West Tigers at 4:05 at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. The Tigers should be paying over $10, and the Cowboys should be paying less than $1.10. But that's the reality. Is Tigers at $7, Cowboys $1.10. The line's almost 20 points, 43.5 total points. It's going to be nice, sunny, great weather for football. There should be a ton of points scored in this one. The question is, can the Cowboys cover 20 points against the Tigers?
Yeah, I think they can. And where I think the value also is the West Tigers under 11.5 points. Reason why is Hayden has been very critical of his team's defense the last few weeks, and they have been a bit leaky, and he's spoken up about it in media. So I think going into this game, I think they just show up, they'll win. So there's obviously going to be more of a focus on defense this week, particularly up at home at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Tigers, they're done. Like they'll honestly be looking forward to the flight back to Sydney. I think it's one of those games where I think they wouldn't mind being dropped for going up there and playing in that humidity.
That's Cowboys in a bounce back game. I haven't had many of these this year. Got ambushed last week, but with like the Sharks the other week, whatever it was. So Cowboys, I'm expecting them to lock them up. They've got a really strong team. They're playing Luciano at prop.
Yeah, interesting.
Which is interesting, but he doesn't have much stiff competition. We've got an aging James Tarmow. Often Gowie's been the Tigers' best forward for a very long time now, almost a month, which is concerning.
Yeah,
he sucks. Look, it's a great. The reason why I like this game, honestly, is that it's a great game to finish a multi with if you're doing something for the round, because you'll be leaning on the Cowboys, right? Like, what a fantastic hedge to have the Tigers at $7. It'll probably be close to 720, 750,
true.
right?
Yeah, if
It's a great game to finish your multi off.
If you're in your boat and you've got $100 bonus and you've got 10 grand, if you have Cowboys, whatever, you just go out there, put a lazy 200 on the Tigers, and there you go.
Yeah. So it's a great game to finish the round off. Take the Cowboys. I think in my multi this week in that big fucking juicy prick that I did, I went pretty conservative in that last game anyway. Just if I get to Sunday and everything's still alive, I think it's 7,800 I'm looking at collecting this week. And then I think I did one on lads as well. They got slightly different markets because they were kind enough to give me $100 bonus bet too. I think that's like $7,500 that one. So, mate, fuck. I don't normally chase the glory like this, but if I keep getting bonus bets, I have to. Yeah, it has to be done. Like,
absolutely.
I'll still have my tips out for every game this week. Luke, have you noticed I've been beefing up the Instagram a little bit?
You have. We're getting very social content special now. Like, we're very content crazy in how we edit it. And
it's getting pretty arousing. Getting a following. What was it? One of the questions that came up earlier, which I didn't read out to you, but I think now's the perfect time for it. Now that we're done with a bit of rugby league. Where's the merch? Someone said.
The merch is coming with my internet.
God damn it, NBN. You're stalling my progress here.
Promise. The merch is coming. The merch is definitely coming. Just need to get this internet sorted out because it's very difficult to do anything on it at the moment. Merch is coming.
Can't do it at Macca's? Well, you don't have a laptop, eh?
No, I don't. I'm on PC, and that's actually something I want to get as a laptop too, actually. So,
well, you missed your chance to deduct your tax deductions, mate.
Next year, mate. Next year.
Well, no. Merch is coming. We've got something moist for you. It's all happening. All right, quick recap. I'm not going to recap everything. The main thing we need to know, Dragons v Manly is what you need to watch closely. Dragons v Manly. If the Dragons win, Luke's going to be funding somebody a brand new football jersey. Yep. How we come up with who wins that, I do not know. What was it? We're going to look at...
the rules will be whoever will do a live stream. Tunes in the live stream will go into the draw, and I'll just do a random name generated thing on the internet, and that person wins.
Okay.
So you got to be live next week for it.
Next week.
We're not opening it up to the 600 in Discord. This is for we're going to be announcing on Discord to tune in, so it's up to them.
Okay. All right, beautiful. So tune in next week. Hopefully the Dragons get the wins. I don't have to stress about this. Tune in next week. Whoever's live on the stream, you'll all go into a draw, and I'll most likely end up buying you a fucking jersey of your choice. Thank you, Lucas. Apart from that, once at the 1 hour mark, promise we wouldn't keep this long, so appreciate you. It was good to see you again. Thank you to everyone who tuned in live for this one. The chat was quite arousing. Appreciate all your inputs. Jump in the Discord if you want to get my juicy rugby league tips. I got a couple snakes, an anaconda, maybe a cobra in there as well. We got some big things happening, and I'll get some double ups happening for every game for this upcoming round. Apart from that, I'll catch you, mother. Much, Luke.
Peace.